And yes, I did get through 9/11. I was there in New York. And I thank all of those that sacrificed their lives to help other people. Got a little winded there for a minute. He started, it was like, I'm a champion. And then he was like, whoops, I better hang back because I got to make this pass over here. So he wear himself out, and then he has to stop right there and get a breather. What? Want to tell you something, baby, before you get up and go. Press the button on the TV screen for the Please Subscribe show. Please subscribe to the show. Thank you, Linda and Cole. I wonder if William Shatner's like, I finally made it. Little exercise there. I'm gonna do a little tongue twister, and I'm gonna get back to you in just a minute. Awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. Good afternoon. It's probably from, judging the sun, it's probably, or the position of the sun, as the Australians say, it's probably close to around, oh, there's a feather. I'm just gonna have to pass that one by. Probably around 2-ish in the PM on September 10th, taking out the trash, 2021. Got a message from Linda, a simple HI, or as in hi, or as in Tweety says from Wilco, hi as hello. That means a lot of things. I'll tell you one thing, from watching The Woo, and I mean Adam, Universal Studios is the place to go for Halloween. We're only in September, but these vloggers, they go at it. I'm still taking out the trash. They prepare for that Halloween 31. If I'm lucky, if I'm fortunate, I'll be able to go near a haunted house. Now, probably won't, but I am going to see yard decorations for Halloween, so that will happen. So we'll see a bit of it. So if you've been watching the Linda and Cole Ghost Detectives, that's a little bit of the Halloween experience. So I might give you some information about that. sign says, please keep noise to a minimum. Anyway, but anyway, I'll get back with you. So basically what I'm saying is that this Halloween, we will be able to see Halloween decorations in people's yards. And possibly we could be taking food to people or delivering food to people on Halloween night, which is next month. So just wanted to pop that in. But anyway, check out Adam the Woo's Universal Studio. September, I think it was probably 9th that he was there. So it came out on September 10th, I think. Very, very, very good. I have to check the dates on that. I have to throw this out right here. Doing the dates in my head. I'm assuming he probably did it on September 9th and released it on September 10th. But it's Universal Studio Halloween out in California. Oh yeah, it goes on for a dump truck. Anyway, so we'll see. Plans. I'm not going to talk about really plans. I'm just going to do the thing that I do. And once it's happening, moments before, I may release something. That's about 3 minutes. You'll have a very, very good day. A very good September 10th. And make sure it's September 10th. Just, yeah, it's September 10th. So he probably went there September 9th. And that's probably one of the, holy cow, one of the greatest Halloween haunted houses that I've seen televised or on YouTube so far. As an organized, relatively safe haunted house. I've been, when I was younger, went to a few of them. When I was younger, people would do it themselves. So they'd build the whole haunted house themselves and charge a small admission. It's a funny story that I'll get into. Local neighbors would allow people to be guests in their house, and they would create their own haunted house. It'd be guys out in front of their garage drinking beer going, well, we built it ourselves, come on in. And people actually would. This would go on in the Fort Worth area, or it'd go on in the Fort Worth area. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. So David Crowder got a lot of attention, even in New York. This gospel type of evangelical, alternative rock Christian in a way. And a lot of his songs are better than most songs that are out there. And I highly suggest him, especially this album, this song that was on a certain album. I'll have to find the name of the album. But he did go through New York at one time and perform some of these songs. If you ever check him out, David Crowder, he's a great musician. I believe he's from Texas, too. The original song was by John Mark McMillan, but David Crowder did cover it. So I thought this is the radio version that I'm listening to. I thought it was his song, but it's actually another guy's song. Still really good cover, though. It came from the song Inside the Sounds of Breaking Down, John McMillan. But anyway, I'll get into the whole David Crowder thing later. I thought it was a David Crowder original, but it's actually someone else's song. But it's another album that's by a different artist. I got them mixed up. Sorry about that. I like how there's a Supercuts and a Schlotsky, so you can get your hair cut and stuff your mouth with a sandwich. One of the best, though. You got Cinnabon, too. I didn't know they did pizzas at Schlotsky. They actually do pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I have to check it out. Appreciate it.
Wednesday. Come on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah. I did not know. I did not know. I just learned that now. I thought they only did sandwiches. So they actually do pizzas at Schlotsky's. Isn't that something? I did not know they did pizza there. That is what owns MGM. MGM is owned by Prime Video or Amazon. You're looking at MGM in action right there. That's Hollywood in action. There's that little hidden gem of pizzeria. Pizzeria La Scala. Yeah, she's here. Well, they're much quicker that time, but it's only 3 cheesecakes. The pizzas take a little bit longer, but this place is pretty unique. It's like 26 years ago, they came here from New York, and I guess they just, kind of catered to workers in the area, things like that. Really nice inside, though. I suggest, if you ever want to get a good Italian food, go to that place. It's pretty good. Well, this will probably be the last one for tonight. You get to see the food go on the doorstep. Not going to talk a whole lot about September 11th. I'll never forget that day, and there were a lot of heroes. I'll try to do closing monologue tonight, and it does wear and tear on me. There's a lot of people out there that are having fun, and that's fine. I understand there is fun. And sometimes that's the best way, sometimes it's the best way out to have fun. But I do remember what happened, and it wasn't a fun day. Appreciate it. Yeah, you have a good night. I kind of do a wrap up here. It's September 10th, the day before September 11th. Yeah, I was in New York during September 11th. I did witness it. I did see it happen. A friend of mine that lived in the village, her child actually saw one of the aircraft, one of the airliners. I don't know if it was American Airlines or United, but she didn't see it, but her child saw the actual airplane. I think it was either American or United, the first one that hit either the north or south tower. Because her name was Kara, and I went into the village, I think it was the next day, and talked to her in person and asked her if she saw anything. She said no, but Luke, who was her son, he actually said, he told his mom, who was Kara, that he saw the aircraft hit the World Trade Center. And he was only a kid. One thing that that did amaze me, or just surprise me, or I was just speechless, flabbergasted. When I was walking back towards 21st Street, right off of Broadway, I remember hearing a guy that was, at one of the cafes say, the kids are still playing. The children are still playing in the park, as all the stuff was still going on. Kids don't really kind of process that kind of stuff. And that was kind of a thing that changed me, that children actually saw this stuff happen. It was war. It was war. It was real war. So, in a way, I've seen what war can do to people, and it's amazing, and it changes you when you're really there. Of course, I didn't have a camera, but there was a lady from Talk Magazine that I ran into, and I guess I had a journal on me, and she wanted to give this little interview. Always honored. I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll tell you what I know, which was nothing. I just, I was writing a poem at the time. I wrote poetry back then in college. I still write it every once in a while, but that was a really rough day. It was a rough day to get through. And that was an amazing thing to hear someone say, the kids are still playing in the park, in certain parts of the park, as all the smoke was going up and stuff like that. But the mayor at the time went down and walked a lot of the people back up to safety. He put his life on the line that day. A lot of people did a courageous thing, or courageous actions, or courageous, heroic things. Haven't really eaten a whole lot today. All I had was a cheeseburger roller and I think a yogurt. It's like 400 calories, so I'm operating on really almost nothing. And I've been doing that for about a year now, every once in a while. I mean, I do get good meals, don't get me wrong. Linda brings me good food and things like that. But I got a lot going on right now. I got a lot of things that I have to fight against. 9/11, September 11th kind of introduced the war-like aspect of life to me. I never had fought a war. I was going to be a Marine, but I went into theater arts instead. And my friend who did decide to join the Marines, he made sergeant, and on his second tour, he lost his life. And I continue on. And that was one of my best friends, Foster, who gave his life up for this country. So I am not against the military in any way. And I think 9/11 was a time when the military did pull together and save lives. And so did first responders, police officers, fire department, all those people. They are heroes every day. They do this stuff every day. This is just their job. They'll walk in, a fireman will walk into a burning building if he has to. And that day many did, and many died. There's a good movie Oliver Stone did about 9/11, September 11th, with Nicolas Cage, and it goes over. It's a very dramatic movie. I watched it the other day, and I sometimes will watch it during September 11th. But it shows just the struggle day by day of what one fireman, or two firemen went through, in this courageous movie that Oliver Stone directed. 9/11 is tough for me to talk about because I have to be careful with my words. It's a careful moment in life. It's a careful moment. You know, it's a moment of emergency. It's a moment of terror, of confusion, and just horror, and it's hard to even think about. You know, I just happened to be there. You know, and I woke up that day in Manhattan. I just got to my new dorm room in my flat. My whole life was beginning. My whole acting career was starting and everything. And all I wanted to do was return home, you know, at that moment. I stayed for the rest of the year until about summer of 2002, and then I finally left. And I have not gone back to New York City. No, I did return a couple of times the following year, or 2002 and then 2003, but other than that, I have not returned since, because it actually is frightful for me. It's one place that I remember that day. It affected me in a deep way. I would like to go back to New York, and there's been a lot of great vlogs, video logs of the memorial of September 11th and everything. There's a lot of great ones. I've been watching some of them. Just these people that go up there, even from out of the country or whatever, and they go in there and they vlog the memorial. It's a great thing to vlog. Probably even a kind of a scary vlog, and it's kind of set up like a museum. It's interesting. I would love to see that, investigate that, just to see what it's all about, and to study it and to learn. You know, there were definitely heroes on that day, and it makes me kind of in a way proud to be an American. You know, but what I'm going through now is no piece of cake. You know, the divorce and the abandonment and not being able to see my children and things like that. It's not a heroic finish. And I did get an email from a famous vlogger's wife saying that I'd never see my children again. I think she should rethink those words. You will not take hope away from me. Terror can exist inside the country from anybody just as much as it can exist outside of the country. And I will not be terrorized. And I will not be discouraged. I will continue on. And that day gives me strength. And I will see my children again. That's a promise.